on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline from CBS 4 and Fox 59. Mike Chappell joins us. I got a couple of things here. Did you see the Vegas odds on NFL MVP for 2019?
No, it's left like fifth or sixth.
Yeah, he's he and Rodgers are 8-1. The leader to start the season's 4-1. That's Patrick Mahomes to go back to back.
Right. I'd buy that.
Yeah, it shouldn't surprise anybody, I guess.
No, I mean, again, we've talked that the way Luck came back last year, you should be better the second year back because he spent the first month of the season kind of feeling his way. September was a very, very quiet month, sort of. They threw the heck out of the ball, but once he got going, so I think we're going to see a better Luck and a better offense in year two.
Yeah, I do too. I think that certainly you're going to have better weapons too, more abundant, because somebody had brought this up. About this time last year, we were both kind of whining a little bit about the whole wide receiver position, and that turned out to be accurate until Dontrell Inman got here.
We tend to do that, don't we?
Yeah, we do, and especially a wide receiver, and I did that for a guy that was coming back and had missed an entire year, and we were right about that. I mean, listen, I wasn't right about how the season turned out. It was much better than I thought it was going to be 8-8, but, we were right about the wide receiver position, because if not for Dontrell Inman, that thing would have been a flat disaster most of the year. That being said, what do you think they're going to be this year? 10 or 11 because of the schedule toughness, and they're still going to be a lot better even if they're somewhere in that vicinity, aren't they?
I think you started 10-6. I've always said I'm not quite there like I was with Manning, to where when he had Peyton it was 10 wins. It just was 10 wins, and then how things unfolded was how much better. I'm not quite there with Luck yet, but darn close. I mean, 10-6 to me should be a starting point. This team is better. Take injury, possible, then shallow weight. This team is better. It's deeper. I said, and I still believe it, it's the deepest roster they've had since the 2009 Super Bowl season. Not that there's a lot of, tough competition in that stretch, but I just think that, the schedule's tougher. The quarterbacks are more prolific, but I just don't know how they don't score a bunch in a lot of games. I'm not saying 40 a game at all, but I'm saying they're going to score because they've got too many options to not score. What's Jack Doyle play last year? 5 games? 6 games? So in Deion Kane, I think it's going to make a difference later. I just think this is going to be a better offense. Paris Campbell, Devin Funchess, a year with Naheem Hines of experience, I just think it's going to be a better offense because everyone returns and you add people with it.
Well, it's Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59, is with us. I'm going to go all the way back to a couple of months ago, and I proclaimed the AFC South being the greatest this coming season that we have ever seen it. Now, since then, you got some power struggle foobar going on with Bill O'Brien. Man, Bill O'Brien, who's he got naked pictures of down there? Do you know?
Amazing. Well, amazing, because he brought the GM in, or had a big hand in bringing him in. And then there's some kind of a power struggle. There are head coaches that have earned the right to have such power. I'm not sure he's one of them.
I don't get it yet. I mean, I didn't get it at the beginning. I didn't think he was a bad hire. I'm not saying that, but it just seems like he has overcome a great deal. It seems like he's the one that's always kind of sidestepping the blame. We've seen a lot of those guys in the past, but he seems like one of them.
Yeah, it's at some point it stops at the head coach. I mean, if it's head coach or GM, I always lay more blame on the GM. We've had this discussion just because whatever the power struggle is internally, the GM has more authority, and he should have more authority. But at some point, when you're the last one there, the last one standing, it's on you, and you get to be accountable. Again, what I like about Houston is they got all the star power. 5 or 6, 4 or 5 players who are just among the best at their position. They just are. But they just have trouble getting things done, protecting the quarterback, and they're simply wasting one of the all-time great defensive players in league history. I think they've won 1 playoff game, maybe 2 playoff games with J.J. Watt. That's ridiculous. It just shouldn't be that way. So that's why I still think the Colts are the team to beat in the AFC South. Jacksonville is a wild card because of Foles. They are. Tennessee, I'm just sort of, I'm not real hot on those guys, but if Houston ever get their act together, I think they've got the talent, but there's just, when you can't protect the quarterback, we've been through this, when you can't protect the quarterback, no quarterback, I don't think, got beat up more last year than Watson did. And when he's your guy, you've got to protect the doggone guy.
So Mike Chappell with us. All right, with that in mind, and I mean, really, we think things are going to be better in Jacksonville, but we thought they were going to be really good last year, and they tore themselves apart on the interior with the personality conflicts. And I mean, really, in Nashville, it always seems like that they underproduce, and I kind of was I over expecting on this division? Because 2 months later, it doesn't look as daunting as it did back maybe in early April or so.
I still think it'll be a strong division, because I think, in my mind, the worst team is going to be Tennessee, and I think they've got all the looks of an 8-8 team at worst. What we're going to find out in Jacksonville is how much of it was Blake Bortles. And I think we both agree that a lot of it was, but that was such a dysfunctional team internally with Fournette and Ramsey and all this. But Foles has got to be an upgrade. But can he kind of solve all the issues internally that they seem to have? If he can, then they're going to bounce back in a strong way. But I just wonder how much of their dysfunction is going to be too much for a quarterback who has some great things on his resume, but he's only started, like, I got my numbers in front of me, but 9 or 10 games over the last 3 years. So he's done some great things, but not over a prolonged period of time. So I think that to some extent the jury's still out on Nick Foles.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that too. I mean, it just. And the jury's going to be out in Jacksonville. I mean, if they ever can grow up without, they've taken some guys out of the equation the way that it is, and you kind of wonder. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's trying to say all the right things, I think, for the first time ever right now, but we'll see after a loss or two that thing goes haywire.
Well, and if it starts going bad, that's when your dysfunction really is magnified. One of the good things about the Colts last year is they had a locker room that could deal, and a coach that could deal with a 1-5 start. There wasn't a lot of bitching and moaning and all that. They sort of held their ground until they got their players back. Costanzo and Marlon Mack and Braden Smith getting in the lineup. So I want to see how a team that has a history of not coming together, how does it do in Jacksonville if that's the case again, where they get off to a bad start, and then all of a sudden people are pointing their fingers at Nick Foles or pointing their fingers at Ramsey or whatever, Fournette. I'd like to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, that's Mike Chappell, CBS 4, Fox 59. He is on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline.
And one thing you're leading, I was laughing. The Roadhouse.
Yeah.
We're in Branson, Missouri right now, vacationing, but we were in Myrtle Beach, I think the year that Roadhouse came out.
Yeah.
And we took my stepdaughter and her friend. They were probably 11-ish.
Cool.
And it was going pretty good until they went to the back room during the guy's break. And,
oh yeah, Steve was on his break. And Agnes was in there.
Yeah, on my break, he said, "Well, stay on it." So I'm pretty sure that we didn't have permanent scarring on two young girls from that movie, but it was a pretty funny movie.
Oh, it was great. Hey, I tell you, I didn't know you were on vacation in Branson, right? I'm gonna let you get back to it. I apologize for that. So
I enjoyed a little break. We're sitting down because it's hotter than beat Jesus out here, so I needed a break. But if you've never been here, there's an awful lot going on in Branson, Missouri.
Is Yakov Smirnoff the comedian there?
He's got there's a flyer with the A's on it. I will probably not go see him, but
who else is on it?
I'm sitting eating ice cream, so I haven't got my billboard here. But there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're trying to not burn too much, and I'm walking around just showing how old I am because all you do is walk at this place. Holy smokes!
I have never been to Branson. Never.
We drove. It was about an 8-hour drive, 9 hours when you stop like we do, but you just take 70 and go west.
Yeah. So you go 70 and then, you have to go, it's in the Ozarks, right? So you got to go south,
yeah, and then
right?
you go 70 to 44. Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
so we've gone through most of Missouri.
All right, Branson, Missouri on vacation. Our friend Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hey, have a great vacation down there. We'll catch in with you next week, all right?
Well, take care, guys.
All right, that's Mike Chappell.